All right. Let us continue our journey. So this stream is called Build Variations and stuff with the same plan, different choices from the last stream as we got into Masters 3. Starting to see that players are starting to have better mechanics that we're fighting against. Still not perfect mechanics and stuff. So this will probably give us a nice option to use better scouting, maybe do a little bit more of a scouting first type of thing. We're still gonna aim for our same 2-base all in, but we might go for different variations. Maybe we don't always go Twilight Archives, maybe do some DTs, maybe do some fake attacks and to expand with Colossi, you know. Still gonna be the same builder that we've been practicing, but we might just tweak some things here and there. So let's get into it. And hopefully if you've been rising up through the ranks with me, we have at least this point become pretty comfortable with our build order and have hopefully a similar level of polish. So, and if you are Master 3 already with your build order being trash, you know, then you probably have a lot of the mechanics. You just need to improve the build order and the rest will come. The nice thing about starting in a lower league and working your way up, I'm still not going to worry about any kind of mineral stuff until we get to like maybe Masters 2, Masters 1, something like that. So I don't think we need any of that optimization. Like typically a lot of optimization should only really come when like that's kind of a last thing, you know, like you're super comfortable with your build order, super comfortable with everything, you're not really missing a whole lot, you know, and maybe you're kind of a little bored in the beginning of the game, right? You have some extra APM to spare, you can you know, that's when you ought to start doing stuff like your build order optimizations, not optimizations, but your mineral income optimizations, right? So this gas is late, you know, so stuff you want to avoid. And I'm going to be trying to go for like a more polished, perfect build order. Although it may take me a turn or two, or a couple games to warm up. We noticed that we didn't have an expansion as we came in, so that means we probably have a really fast spawning pool. The spawning pool's not done yet, so this means we can go for the Nexus first. We're gonna skip making the probe that we normally make, and we'll go for this cybernetics core. We saw no fast gas, so we can be roughly confident that the we can also go for this second one. And then we'll make the zealot. The reason we do this is so we get more hit points on that, so it'll be easier to defend. And then we'll just kind of wait here a little bit, see if these Zerglings will come. And by not making these probes, it allows us to kind of potentially get some of this stuff out. We don't see the Zerglings yet, so we'll opt for this. Right. Then we can go and check that third base and go ahead and do this, right? So, because sometimes players like to go for like this fast pool just to kind of scare you into bad macro. So you see the Zerglings are at home. We see the third base, so we know it's not any kind of like super cheese. And let's continue through our build order now. We got our anti-Baneling wall. this guy on the other side so he doesn't die from splash damage. We'll drop this here and hotkey it to 3. You know. Life is pretty chill in easy mode. I need to play death metal every time we play StarCraft, right? Go ahead and place 1 pylon. I'm okay to place 1 pylon, because we're always going to go observer first from now on, just to get that scout to see how well he's able to respond to us, you know? See if we should continue with the attack or not. So, and we have our 54 supply. Usually that's the supply we like to cut at or stop at, you know? And everything's starting to work out pretty well. And we have our 14. So when we cut this one, 13, let's say at our 14. The reason I have to cut at least 2 probes, at least at this point, is because we know we're going to overmine. I mean, we're going to run out of minerals here. So we're just going to take 2, keep our mineral income as high as possible. And cutting 2 allows us to get 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8. Allows us to kind of get our polygons out a bit quicker. And our gateways a bit quicker. Now we really want to see how many workers he's got here. Quite a bit, and we always like to see that. Whenever we see quite a bit of workers at our opponent's third base, that's kind of our tell to want to continue and move for that attack. Maybe we'll kind of sneak in a little bit. We see creep spread's not that great, which is good. And we kind of want to see if there's a layer. We can make our 2 these guys. We see no layer, but he does have... Alright, well, it looks like we're going to probably be able to take out that third base, but we'll probably want to go for our own third base. Alright. Might be hard to bust that wall, so it looks like our follow-up tech of choice might actually just be a Colossus in this situation instead of the Archons. So I'm just gonna go on here. Like he's spending a lot of it's like a lot of drones kind of disappeared. We'll just go ahead and take this base here. And we'll send this in. Oh, he's got the layer over here. So this could be something like a Spire. You want to take a quick peek? Oh, Hydras. Okay. We'll take 1 gas here. Drop 1 thing here. Hydras, possibly lurkers. And that's fine. We can pull back. We don't need to overcommit. And we'll go for this forge. Put a couple of guys here. Start up these colossi. We see some Zerglings. Send this guy over here. Get the range. Get a second forge. And we want to spread out our pylons, because it could be the case he might go for a Nidus. So we want to make sure we can see. If we were still on our 2 base all in at any cost kind of play, there's a chance we could still win this, just because this army looks small as F, but also a pretty good chance that we could lose. Colossus do pretty good against the Hydras. Make some additional these guys. We can get our armor, and then we always want to go into Archon Tech. Some sort of gas dump, right? And we have the economic lead. We can see all this over here. We can see that over there. Maybe I won't even do any warp into the main. We'll just kind of... You get an observer next. And a second robo. The nice thing is we have all of the... We can go for blink. We have pretty much all the tech we need. Right? The only thing we're technically afraid of is mutas, but even at this point, I don't think you can make too many mutas that we care about. We'll put our support pylons behind our mineral patches. You know, we're on 3 bases. We'll make a handful of Archons. You know, we see he's just now taking that 3rd base. We'll do a nice proxy base scout. Looks like he's trying to double expand. Right. Couple Archons here, which is good. We can go down here and take this other 3rd base. I can put a couple pylons at front, pylon in back. That way we can place plenty of we'll go with 2 more Colossi and that's it. That way we can place plenty of cannons and stuff. Like 1 shield battery here. 1 shield battery there. So you have good coverage. And that's the nice thing about going for Archons, especially for the Twilight Council, is it allows you to place a lot of mineral stuff here while still being able to kind of make an army. Now, we don't want too many Archons, we just want a healthy amount. And then we'll make a couple more observers following these guys here, and we'll do a couple anti-air stuff. The reason we want more observers is because if it is lurkers, they usually like to try and kill your observers and then try to win that way. So, and the last thing, so this is a pretty high level technique that's not actually that hard to do, is you want to make some extra gateways. You know, we're on this many bases, we're on quite a bit of bases, so we want to make at least a couple extra gateways. And another high level thing I want you guys to start doing is we're gonna double click our stalkers and put them on 2. So that way we can like blink to flank and all this other stuff. Look at that. Take out the anti-air and bring these guys in. Oof. That is quite a bit of lurkers, right? That's fine. We'll rotate this way. We don't care too much about lurkers. So you see what's going on over here. And we'll make some more immortals back at home while we go for this over here. Lurkers are not the most mobile. They're pretty mobile, but not the most mobile. You know, and we can warp in some more over here. And we take out a base. Very nice. So, the best army against lurkers that isn't just mass air is going to be Immortals and Archons. And charge lots. You know, handful of these guys aren't too bad. So, we'll go for more Archons. More charge lots, right? Okay, we'll grab these Immortals when they come out. Keep going for the upgrades. Yeah, Mass Lurker can be scary, you know. It's like a lot of people think, oh no, I kind of have to get into Mass Air. You know, it's not. It's not exactly true. Especially if you have more economy than them. And best way to deal with it is, you know, coming from a couple different angles. We got an observer over here with these guys. We have an observer coming over here with these guys, trying to get some pincer attacks going on. Make sure the observer doesn't die. Oh, that one died. Right. Oh, yeah, don't move quick. Make a couple more. That is quite a bit. Still making a bunch of lurker. That's fine. Let's make a bunch more immortals. Take another expansion. Might have to get one Stargate. Just because it might be a little annoying to keep losing observers. Stargate, get the Oracle. If he can be more cost effective in trades, then he can expand slower. Oh man. Oh damn. We lost our air. Or we lost our observer. Or not observer, we lost the ability to scout game. Or not scout, but see his army. It's pretty good. Well, we'll go and send stuff at this base over here. Definitely. What? You're move clicking? Oh well. Alright, cool, good game. Alright. Made a little bit of mistakes there, but is what it is. Thought I had those last guys on A click, but I guess they were on move click. So I kind of walked into their doom. But I'm pretty confident we could have won that one. Maybe against lurkers we'll go for the Stargate a little bit quicker to get the revelation. I was hoping the observers would work out, but you kept making a whole bunch of spore crawlers. But it happens. Get them next time. But we're making the right army. It's just that vision. So now we know what to do next time. Let's get that oracle. I was hoping I could do it without the oracle, but I didn't didn't think he'd commit so heavily to lurkers. Yeah, I was hoping I'd do a little bit better against those lurkers too, but it's good. It's good to have a loss like that to remind you why you always have to, not always have to, but why you should always go Oracle. Yeah, because you know when your observers die, like those lurkers pretty much untouchable. Well, they're literally untouchable, but pretty powerful. Yeah. All right. And if this guy rallies down, go ahead and make this. We see one, we see two gases, you know? So there's the potential of some nefarious play, like Cloak Banshees, one base play, you know? If he's gonna trap me in the base, I'll just go ahead and continue scouting. And trap this pylon. And you know, we see the factory. We see a Reaper. Oh, I almost get out of there. Oh yeah, I gotta make this dude. Make my stalker. So it could be a one base play. Could be some sort of harassment into two bases. Depends if he makes the starport or not. Could be just kind of a one base all in. Oops. Ugh. Could have got it. Just wasn't trying too hard. A little bit late on our robo, but it should be not too horrible because we still get the Twilight on time. Try to fix all this stuff. It's because he went for Reaper. It's still possible. I wouldn't expect a I would not expect a Cyclone Marine push. And if it is, it will come with like 2 less Marines, or it'll come later. So we want to get this charge and chrono boost it. And then maybe see if we can sneak a probe to go see if we can find the attack timing, if it's coming now, as well as if he's expanded. So we do have 1 cyclone, or 2 cyclones coming. Alright, so looks like it's cyclones, which is fine. We do have our immortal, and we weren't able to confirm if it was X amount of bases. Right? But we can still keep getting our stuff. They'll go for the same unit composition. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll go for. I want to go for the observer first. Get that across the map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I get that 8 up. Get one of these. Get that war prism. We have to snuff out one of these guys so we can get the war prism. We got our 3 pylons. Hopefully. Yeah, we see some stuff here. Oh no, that was pretty much all of my probes. Wow. Well, so we'll just take all these guys here. I guess we can put all these guys here. Okay, it's this, huh? Didn't really expect this Widow Mine to hit everything. Is he still on one base? Nope. Okay. Alright, watch out, here we come. See if we can do a roughly equal amount of damage. And pick up these immortals here. Go and drop them on this guy. Take that guy out. And we got him. One of the strengths of having 2 base all-ins in your pocket is that was my APM not too high? I forgot to label some replay. We forgot to label a bunch of replays, huh? Alright, we have to figure out what those guys were, but we'll get back to it. This was a Zerg, so we lost. EVZ, loss. Those other replays were towards the end of a 6-hour stream. Mass Lurkers. First time we fought against this strategy, so especially if it's the first time you fight against something, and when you should least be angry. EVT, slow, expand, cyclone, no, Widow Mine. Is that, sometimes when the opponents are really aggressive with their build, they're going for like cyclones into like double Widow Mine, medevac drops with a really fast attack and all these things, or if you take a lot of damage, sometimes they've committed so much to the attack that they don't really have much of a defense at home, right? So, and the only chance we had to win, because we lost, was Widow Mine. That Widow Mine shot killed all of my probes at the natural, except for like maybe 2. So we just went across the map and killed them. Maybe we did like a little bit of an advanced technique by picking up the immortals to drop on the tank, get to the high ground, instead of just kind of blazing through the natural. And then we lifted whatever's left of our army up in there. But yeah, that's the strength of the Robo, is giving you the ability to pick stuff up. Or prisms. But yeah, we were able to catch him with his pants down. It's another nice thing about going for charge lots early on with the Robo, is that that's one reason why I kind of recommended or thought of this build. I don't know if I created or anything, but is that the charge lots can get on top of people who micro, right? If you stutter stepping or whatever, it gives us a chance to kind of get on them. And they're pretty tanky. They help protect the immortal. They help protect stalkers. Stalkers are pretty fragile. Zealots are less fragile. I think the biggest issue with the Zealots is I'm just kind of dying. Well, it looks like we got a drone, so we'll bring 6, Usually 5 is pretty optimal, but we're gonna be doing 6 at least until Masters 1. And 6 is still fine, even in the higher leagues. We'll put 1 guy in gas so that way we can get a ranged unit and stuff. Want to see how hard is he committing, you know? So he went for obviously the hatch before this. And we want to see if he expands, right? What's his level of commitment? Go ahead and make this. We'll go ahead and make the pylon. You see, is there a gold base on this map? So it could be a potential goal you could have gone to. Something else, we'll just keep making, you know, like I said, keep making these. So he did expand. We'll cut a worker. Make the adept first, because that spawning pool is relatively quick. And we can probably put these guys here, chase this guy. Yeah. And wait to make the robo in the wall. Alright, well he gave us our gas, great. And I guess I can be more apt to make the robo. Be this a little bit late. Because the robos are attack timing, so if they hit a faster attack time, we're not choosing to go for that robo a bit quicker. Get this for defense. And go ahead and make a pylon. Go ahead and chrono boost that guy. Get the stalker and give that guy a chrono boost too. Just in case a Baneling bus wants to come by. And like I said, I don't care if he scouts, you know. This is a drone that is not getting much. No minerals. His natural expansion is, you know, a little slow. It's over here, not over here. That means his drones have to long distance mine. And he didn't take a fast gold, right? Try and get this robo. Kind of mistimed my minerals, but it's fine. I think we have enough probes for now. So we'll see what we can see to get our 2 base all in going. 54 supplies, all we need for our 2 base all in with this build. We'll see how prepared is he gonna be. Yeah. We can get this. He's just now getting the layer. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see he's taking some gas here. Go for that War Prism. You see a decent amount of drones there. 1, 2. Those are our 3 pylons. We got our 2 sentries. We'll take 2 guys from here, throw them over here. I throw this guy over here. Take everyone but throw chrono boost on this guy. Even though charge is not done yet, we're gonna move out because it will be done when we're ready to attack. Alright, we'll put this observer over here. He can see us coming, we don't care. Now how do we want to follow up this build? You know, we don't know yet. Maybe we'll go for the Archons. Looks like he might be evacuating. Or possibly going for a pincer attack. So we want to keep our stuff together. Keep our stuff together. So he did try to run on top of our immortals. Which was really good. See, these guys starting to know that the immortal is the hallmark of the attack. We'll make a second backup immortal. He's warping it, or he's morphing, so we'll see if we can get on top of these. Move back a little bit. Pull back. With like our second immortal. See if we can get a third immortal going. He is trying hard to take out our Warp Prism, which is the right thing to do. Alright, pull back. Alright, we don't want to chase too far. Pull back. Try and keep our stuff alive. Pull back. Send the immortals forward. Immortals kind of like help buffer against the onslaught. Keep these guys back. He's doing some pretty good focus firing. Also, when you pull back, it helps you to not engage without charge. Go into the Warp Prism. Pincer attack. Good game. You know, so Zealots are really good when they're charging, as they get some hits and they have an increased move speed. So after they blow their charge and they're getting kited, it's another reason why you want to pull back the charge slots, even though they might get some shots while running away, because you want to regroup your army into a ball so that your charge slots protect the immortals. And then when the charge is off cooldown, you can aim move again. They'll charge, get on top, do some damage, and they're a lot more effective if you can like pull back, charge on top of them, pull back, charge on top of them, and keeping your core important units alive. One thing we did see there, he did a great job focus firing the Archons, focus firing the Immortals. He ran the Lings to get on top of the Immortals, which, you know, it's one reason why you want to keep yourself kind of balled up. Maybe in future games we'll just when we attack in there, we'll just do more hold positioning and let the Immortals chip away at the hatchery. And then he was using Bios against the Warp Prism, so he was kind of doing all the right things as far as micro is concerned and unit control. Just the one thing you probably could do better is just have a cleaner build order. I think you probably, you know, we can look at the analysis tab, but I think you probably just had too many drones. If you had less drones, you probably would hold. EVZ, this is a win. Proxy hatch into macro. Yeah, so if you just take a look, I think he probably had too many drones. So workers active, 44. That's the kind of the right amount. But he did cheese. So so should he have cut at 40? I'm not sure. That's a little tough. So he did have the upper limit, so I'm not too sure what Zerg should do, if they should cut at 40 in this situation or still go up to 44. And I'm not sure, maybe he was mining too much gas, so maybe he should stay on 2 gases. in that situation. So if he did make too many workers, it would have been just 4 workers too many. Even though it doesn't sound like a lot, like the important part about those 4 extra workers is just, you know, the initial army size. If your initial army by the time they attack is big enough, you can like push back the attack or get onto them before they can warp in additional stuff, right? You might be able to just crush the attack before it gets started. You know, it might be easier to flank and do attacking from behind and stuff when, like, if you had 8 more Zerglings, you know. Well, not so much the money, it's just the larva. So, yeah, but he was doing a lot of things right, you know. I think I was doing a lot of things right. I would just say he probably just needs a cleaner build order. But when you're doing like those kind of cheeses, especially as Zerg, it can be, you know, it's not always clear what your build order should be. So you kind of have to practice a lot. I think those kind of build orders, the best way to practice them is probably through customs more than ladder. Is what I would hazard to guess. Because then you just keep doing it over and over and over again. And if the opponent is able to like beat you, then you just have them do that strategy until you kind of get used to it, and then they can try something else. Because I think initially a lot of people just try to get too greedy with those build orders. So we see the spawn pool just now going down. There's nothing we should be afraid of. Accidentally made 1 too many probes, so the Nexus is a tiny bit late, but that's fine. So since I did make this 1 extra probe, we're gonna skip making a probe so that this Cybernetics core goes down at the same time, and our attack timing should be roughly the same. And we'll go ahead and grab this gas, and we'll delay 1 probe, get this pylon. Everything should be just fine. The reason we can delay this probe a little bit is because we didn't delay another probe, that 1 probe, so we had a slightly higher income for gas, so that means we can kind of slow down our income a little bit. Right. We'll go ahead and make the robo. And we'll make the stalker. Oops. And we'll make the shield battery. Like, it is really greedy to not make the shield battery, and, you know, trust me, you don't need to not make that shield battery, right? Even though you're like, oh yeah, I can get the Twilight faster. We don't need to get the Twilight faster, okay? We are completely able to have charge on time without getting that Twilight faster. Well, we'll go for that Observer first, so that way this Observer can tell me if we should abandon our 2 base all in, or what kind of follow-up tech, you know, like if he's trying to defend on layer, maybe we go for DTs, right? So try to get this a little bit of a chrono here. We got plenty of workers, 13. Always make 1 more later. Make sure we got like one of these guys. Looks like we could make a second one. Gonna wait until we queue up before we give a chrono boost. One. So we got 5. Alright, we see a layer here. We got 5, 6. What do we see? We see a bunch of zerglings being made. 7. See no layer there. We see not a lot of workers. Okay, that's good. So we'll go ahead and make our 3 pylons. And maybe instead of making the warp prism, we're just going to maybe move out for that expansion. Because we still have all of our production to defend if we need to, and to attack if we need to, right? So, we see any workers here? We see banelings being made. Okay, so that's how he's choosing to defend. So we'll go ahead and go for that Colossi. Take double gas. Whenever we see heavy lings, one thing you want to be scared of, he looks like he's going for this gold base, is the potential mutas. We have all of our infrastructure down, which is good. Definitely going to be doing a 3 base all in. Throw some more guys in here. I'm going to make some more power units and go for another immortal. And we'll go for one more, so we can double make the Colossi hit a slightly faster timing. Alright. Ooh, nice. Everything. So that was definitely not a good attack for him. We'll grab these. Grab that, hit a chrono boost here. Maybe get that forge going. So chances are, you know, he was trying to just get rid of some income. Or get rid of some supply, because we did make him have to make a lot of guys. We still see more lings coming, and he's taking gases. So almost certainly is he going to be trying to go for Das Mutas. So we'll go for Twilight Archives. I want to throw at least one cannon here. Maybe a second cannon here. And then we'll go for the Warp Prism. Good. Warp Prism is super important. And then we'll just come over here. And hopefully take out that base and kind of cruise through to the victory circle. Oh, that's a nice pickup here. Sure, he can roll in. That's fine. That's less army to defend. Also need, what, one more of these? Is he gonna try and defend with just Baners? Banelings? One, two, three, 4, 6. Hydrus. That's not it. No, don't attack your own stuff. He's not even focus firing down the Colossi. Oh man, we were attacking our own Archons for a while. I was kind of hoping for mutas, but we'll go ahead and make some more. We can see our income is, or not income, but our money is pretty high. And we're having trouble spending it with the gateways that we have. So that's kind of like your cue to make more gateways. That's PVZ, win, win Hydra, standard macro. So hopefully hopefully we have gotten to the point where it's becoming a little bit more interesting to watch. Because now we're using more scouting techniques. You know, we're not necessarily blindly going in for the 2-base all-in. We're trying to have a slightly more educated response to what we see. Right? We're able to kind of blindly 2-base all-in until Diamond 1, maybe Masters 3. But now, maybe is a little bit more cautious, because we've gotten to a point where some people, you know, like other Zergs and stuff, are starting to, some of them have the ability to also have a really good defensive build order. Aggressive play, kind of like most of the time, most aggressive plays, if not all of them, technically are disadvantaged. So the defending player typically should be able to defend easier than you can attack, right? So any type of aggressive play that hits kind of early ought to never win, right? Ought to never really work. What that means is, it doesn't mean you can't do damage. It doesn't mean you can't end the fight kind of equal or with an advantage. It just means that sometimes if they know the right build order and how to defend, they should be able to deflect your attack fairly easily. About as easily as you can do the attack, we'll say, right? So we see 1 gas. And that's kind of what we're scouting for. We're scouting for, does the opponent know how to deflect my attack? And if they do, you can still try to attack them, right? Get that knowledge, get that information. Or you can say, okay, well, we'll try something else, because you always have a chance of winning. Even if the opponent does the right build order to deflect your attack, you can still win. It's just uncertain, you know. It's uncertain if you will win. It is more certain, you know, you have a higher certainty or chance at winning by not attacking them. Right? You might have like a 20% chance to win if they are doing the right things to defend. You might have like a 50% chance of winning if you just abandon the attack early. Right. So, alright, we'll go ahead and drop this Robo. It's about as fast as we can drop it. It's a little bit of a risky spot to drop it here, especially since he has a double gas opener. You can always, you know, take out this pylon at the right time, but a double gas, again, it's probably safer to build it in the main base. Any kind of like mech style aggression is always going to be easier to defend and attack with charge. Alright, get our 1 last pylon. We should be good on pylons for a little bit, unless the opponent is aggressive. We're gonna go for, because there's double gas, we'll go for the Immortal first to defend, and we'll get 1 more pylon because it is Terran we're fighting against, so we may need to warp in. But it's kind of like this Reaper kind of thing. So unfortunately, we weren't able to get any real damage, but we did get this Immortal out. Right? We can cut the rest of our workers now. we'll lead with the Immortal. We did make 2 Reapers. So we do have to be careful with that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And go for the Observer first so that we get a little bit of a preview of what we got going on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We got our 2 here. We get this Warp Prism. Card should be done soon. We'll put maybe 1 Stalker here, 1 Stalker here. So that way we can and make our 3 pylons. The reason we put the Stalkers kind of here and here, so that way if he brings the Reapers into our place, you know, we can we have to really look at it, right? Yeah. What do we see? What's going on here? Down here. You see what was that, a Raven coming, or is that gonna be Banshees? You see not a whole lot. Looks like he is coming to a... Oh, that is an attack. I think those were Banshees. And when you focus by the Banshees. Make another Observer. Alright, probably doesn't, it's not getting... Probably is not getting invis, but we have the second Observer coming. Warp in a couple. When the gang gets here, we'll kind of go in. I maybe want to make 1, 2. We got here. All of our bells and whistles are accommodated for. We can go over and click on this guy. Got him. Good game. 2 base all in meets 2 base all in. And 127. EDT. This was some sort of 2 base all in. Yeah. That's kind of like your standard little bit of everything, 2 base all in. They kind of go for like, 2 or 3 Banshees. Those giant Banshees are really strong DPS in the air, and if they focus down like your anti-air like Stalkers, then they kind of help you to snowball. And a couple siege tanks to help focus down the Stalkers and kind of entrench your position. So, Marines for anti-air. A Cyclone or 2 just for the poops and giggles. So we're playing against a lot of Masters 2 players, yeah. Kind of forcing me to have to play at a Master 2 level instead of a Masters 3 level. So that might be the hard part for a lot of you Masters 3 people out there. It's just probably not a lot of Masters 3 people to play against. You're either playing against Diamonds or playing against Masters 2, Masters 1. I think yesterday we were playing against some Grandmasters and stuff too. So it looks looking like Masters League looking pretty rough for a lot of you guys out there. It's like you can fight anybody. Probably fighting a lot more people above you than below you. It's kind of the school of hard knocks. It's a hard knock life for us. Alright, well, this is looking a little sus. So we just want to verify that there's no trickeries afoot. Yeah, I'll just, yeah. We'll go scout over here and over here. It could be Proxy Marauder because it has gas, but also he's going double gas, so maybe like it's Proxy Reaper into like something interesting. Yeah. Let's go ahead and slam down this guy. Just in case it is Proxy Marauder, is what Marauder, which is why I built this, because we're gonna want to put like a shield battery up here. It is Proxy Marauder. Alright. But it's only one rack, it's Proxy Marauder. We're gonna put the shield we'll put one shield battery over here. So this is the main defense against it, is make some shield batteries, but not too aggressively placed, so he can't really attack it too easily. I'll hit some more chrono. So this will slow down our attack, but you know, could be doing like a one base type of follow-up. Oh, he's got this going on, huh? Might have to cancel that. Focus fire. Get some heals. Get some heals. I want to make our be too late in our tech. There you go. And I'm gonna grab this. I throw a bunch of these guys here. Oops, wasn't even paying attention. Cool. Get over here. So the important thing when they're doing this is you don't want to be too late on your attack. And because he cheesed and we have a fair amount of defense up here, we'll just go ahead and grab this. But we're going to get the Observer second, because we are really interested in what his follow-up choices are. And because we're getting that Observer second, is going to allow us to get this charge also a bit quicker. Not charge, but gateway's a bit quicker, my bad. So the reason for the mortal is a little bit of early game safety. Around 13 probes is good enough. You know, we have a pretty healthy Artosis Pond, so we'll put a follow-up stuff. Let's take a little peek here. Did he lift and run away? Yep. We'll get that second immortal out. 2, 4, 5, 6. We'll do 7, 8 here, just to split them out. Start grabbing this. Start putting these guys here. I've got one pylon behind each mineral line. We have our second, whatever it's called. Alright, we see no base. It's gotta be a 2-base all in from him. We're just gonna, warp in quite a bit of stuff. We could have a proxy base, which is unfortunate. Oh, we'll scout for the proxy base like this, and we'll send this guy to go scout for the proxy base like this. So we have charge, we got everything we need. We're gonna make a second one of these guys. Go ahead and make. Oh my god, it's a battle cruiser. What a build. Alright, well, we'll head over to attack him. Oh man. The single battle cruiser. 2. Alright, well, we'll run away. One, two, three, 4. I'm just trying to defend. When each gas is the most you want. Go for maybe this, maybe starting to build that stuff, huh? Alright, well, we're not gonna let him do that. Focus fire. These guys. Oof. That was pretty rough. Alright, well, we still have higher income than him, so just relax a little bit. Damn, quite a bit. Keep on making more stuff. More anti-air, hold position. Oof, get back. Try and go in. Keep building that army. We're gonna put the stalkers on 2 and the whole army on 1, so we can kind of move in. And did he move out? Is he gone? He is gone. It might still keep massing the battle cruisers. Now we can just bring these guys in. Might have to go for Blink, huh? Just to fight these guys. Ugh. Oof. Repair is too good. Alright, cool again. Should've got blink sooner. That's alright. Good job. Alright, no. PvP loss. 1 base. BCs. Oh shit, we got... When did I hit that? We didn't play the whole game like that, did we? No. F10? Does that change my... Okay, no. F11? Okay. I was trying so hard to play that without blink. But towards the end I was like, alright, this is impossible. Because the nice thing about blink, especially against battle cruisers and stuff, is when you can blink back to further back shield batteries to heal and to put damage on the battle cruisers, but then you can also blink on top of them and they can't micro back. Like you saw towards the end of there, without blink, the stalkers, like BCs are pretty quick. You know, it's kind of hard to kind of get under them. But you know, realistically, should have probably paid more attention to scouting. Like, if he's on 1 base, we should probably just, you know, not have him necessarily moved out across the map with the army. But that's a pretty good build. Might have to Star Killer Zerg. My fan, I'm getting pretty hot. That was a pretty fun game. It's a unique build. One you probably won't run into a lot of ladders, so no need to get bent out of shape against it. Let's see what Star Killer is up to. Might have to change how I'm scouting, because it's hard to get this easy scout off without having a late gas. Well, looks like he's gonna 12 pool, right? Just make an extra probe. Not the fastest 12 pool. We'll still react to it in a more easier sense. So to speak. A little bit of a slower expansion. We'll go with our one guy here. Oh man, we got here a little quicker than I was expecting. We should get this out in time. And we'll cancel this and we'll just go ahead and make the next side. I think we just lost 2 probes here. It's not too bad. And then we can restart, rebuild it. Maybe we only lost 1 probe. Lost it many times, so it's fine. We'll go ahead and make our robo, which is fine. Go ahead and make our whatever do, or this thing, which is fine. Go into making the stalker. He was gonna come and main bust us, yeah. We're taking a little bit of a risk. But you know, took a little bit of damage in early on, so risk is warranted. Not caring too much that he scouts me. Don't want to get Bane busted. Okay. Doesn't look like he is trying to Bane bust, so we can probably go and attack this. This I'm looking for. Got Roach Warren. Did we get the kill? Probably not. Alright, start going for our gateways. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5, 6 over here. How many? Back run a boost. He does have not a lot of drones here, right? And he is making quite a bit of stuff. All the right things. So we'll go ahead and make our pylons. And we'll choose a... This is going roaches. We'll choose a defense, or attack path of Colossi. We'll go ahead, take this third, because he's probably not looking at this third. Probably gonna think, uh-oh, he just saw it, not bad. But he's probably not gonna think that we're expanding. So now he should be motivated to just make a bunch of drones. Looking for my observer. Now I want to keep making immortals. For now. Grab the second one here. At least one more immortal. Probably want to have... this here. Be careful. Because he did make a lot of an army, so he's probably going to be wanting to attack. Here comes the attack. Oh my god, I can't pick this up. Oh, he got me. Good game. I was having trouble picking up my immortal. I was having trouble clicking on the Warp Prism. I think if we could have kept the Warp Prism alive, we're in a pretty good position. But, alright, let's go. So that was PVZ, loss. That was like base on. We really have 3 hatcheries. Still technically a 2 base summon. Is a 2 base summon amount of a 2 base all-in amount of workers. It's always hard to kind of quantify those kind of builds with Zerg. It's because of the way hatcheries work. That's not too bad. Not too bad every game. Bodas. I think the second Robo is probably too expensive for his counterattack. That push of his definitely holdable. Just takes a little bit of practice. You see, it's not a cannon rush, which is good. Oh no, he pulled some bullies to attack me. Gotta get out of dodge. I feel like I'm definitely playing faster, so I apologize. I don't think I can help it if I keep getting all these unevenly matched players. Like, technically unevenly matched players. I just get so excited. So excited. I love playing against stronger players. So the technical aspect of speedrun might start ending around now if I can't control it. It might just get into like a more of like a Masters 3 to Masters 1 type of speedrun. Yeah. Yeah, I was expecting Star Killer. I've been Star Killer before. There's like an old replay. I haven't played Star Killer a lot, but there's an old replay on my Discord. Beat Star Killer when his account was 5.6k. Berserk is his main. I beat Berserk. Berserk is definitely the hardest to beat. Alright, everything's looking good. Get this, just in case he went for air. I like to put the robe up here in case he's attacking. And he basically just doesn't kill the robo for free. Because if he overpowers me on the... Because I'm going for this tech here instead of a lot of units. So if he overpowers me on the low ground, I have to retreat to the high ground, and having this robo on the high ground is a little bit more beneficial. We'll go and see what his base tech and stuff is. This also will help against any adepts that come in. Oh no. The supply blocked. It's my fault. Everything looking pretty good. Looks like he's going for a blink. Okay. Now it's a DT shrine. it's far from done, so we can go for this guy. And go for our own DT. He doesn't have any robo. And he's probably not going to be warping in any sentries to scout. So we'll defend his DTs and do a counter DT. Got this going on. So if you're doing a DT play, it's always better to go Robo DT, not just because you defend against DT, the counter DT, but like if I go Observer, you can still drop DTs in the main. And I guess maybe I'll go a Forge. I can afford to go Forge. There you go. Grab this here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The nice thing, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So one thing you have to watch out for with DTs is that sometimes are a really good strategy for the lower levels that they like to go for is to attempt the DT attack and then go into like Charge That Archon follow-up. Did he cancel? He did cancel. Nice. Oh, this is no bueno. So we don't have to make, I was gonna make cannons, but it looks like we don't have to make cannons. Alright, everything's looking great. Just go and kill him now. We lost one DT, it's fine, but we still have another. Yeah, we're the ones with charge lots. Try to bring this guy a little bit closer. We have this backup pylon for continuing weapons. Alright, watch out here. Come. We can probably snipe this. That's good of him to snipe my obs. Because, you know, if I sniped his obs, I'd be able to make some DTs again. And that's also like one of the reasons it's nice to go for sentries at all, like early on. Like even if I'm doing DTs, I go for at least like 1 sentry, if not 2. You know, it's kind of worth it to go a little bit slower, unless you're like really trying hard to cheese. Fast DT, can't. Is that you can scout the DT shrine before it's done, right? And if you're going to go DTs in PvP, always have to proxy. You just have no choice but to proxy those DTs. That stuff comes out too slow. It's too easy to scout it. So. And the Robo build is pretty good to deflect most things. So. And if you're playing against like massive Blink Stalkers with the Robo build, you can keep pumping out Immortals. There's a Grandmaster name response that'll go, you know, Immortals, and then he'll just hunker down and defend and go into like Immortal Carrier, and then walk across the map and kill him. Because when you're going for like something like Immortal Carrier, you can just max out at like 2 or 3 bases. You don't have to be afraid that the opponent's getting a ton of bases, because hey, it's our favorite guy, Drunk Morehair.
Because you're making an army that kills infinite stalkers. Now, doesn't mean the build can't be beat, right? You can still beat it with Gateway Man, but you have to take you have to aggressively take so many bases, make so many gateways. You make a lot of, you'll be able to keep making and use your overwhelming force and pocketbook to take out that army. Because they're 100% going to be more cost effective than you. So what I'm doing now is I'm just clicking the other side of the map, making everything, clicking on the side of the map, come back, like this, go back, finish it. So it's kind of like a series of clicks to scout instead of just one click. So that way I can get this gas down. And you'll know the gas will be at a right timing because it finishes the same time this probe wants to mine it. So this is your optimal gas timing. And the only way to really do that while scouting is break your scouting into 4 parts, you know. And we'll take care of this rally while we can. You know, we see something doesn't look like a fast pool. We can do this. We can send this guy back to the gas. He never gets here fast enough to make this, right? And you can force him back here if you want, but then the next probe out that would go to that gas, he's the one that makes the pylon. And then all of our pylons and everything is perfectly placed, perfectly on time, you know. So if I'm not a single thing wrong, you'll see that these two will finish at the same time. You'll be able to queue up and make this guy perfect, right? So this is the level of polish, you know, that your build order should aim for. I wonder if I can mine that. Looks like I can't really mine that one to make this guy. Right. Then we'll go for our stalker. Oops. Make some rallies. Go ahead and make that shield battery. Defense. Uh-oh, don't get baited away. We keep making probes. I'm not cutting to make Twilight Council because we always have charge when we attack. We don't need to make this as fast as possible. We always have charge when we want to attack. Pop. And I need to make our staging pylon somewhere. We have 10, 11, this will be 12. We can probably send this guy out. Take the risk. No one's Baneling busted us yet, so we'll be okay. I put this guy on 1 for now. Get that charge. When someone Baneling busts us, then we'll worry about it. Let me see. No lair. 1, 2. You see he's making a bunch of roaches. Doesn't have a whole lot of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make some more probes. I'll make 2 pylons. So this won't be a real attack because it looks like he's preparing pretty well. So or no, yeah, I'll skip the what prism, but I'll make another observer, and we'll go for an expansion. We'll throw the observer over there. And I guess what we've learned from Star Killer, right? Shit. is that we'll just go one robo. You can use a little bit of Jedi mind trick or mind reading to know that Zerg is going to run into here. That's why I didn't bother warping down here. I just warped in the main, as I know from experience. These mofos, they only got one thing on their mind. That is your main base. Probably put the other one over here. So we do want to follow up into kind of a 3-base all-in. Get our sentries. We always want to have at least 2 sentries. And we don't really need Colossus range too quickly, but we do need Colossus. We don't get link flooded. The reason we want to go for a 3-base all-in, or at least look like a 3-base all-in, is, or at least attempt one, is because there's a possibility of them going into mutas. Right? So if we take too long to attack them, mutas could be at our doorsteps. Double gas. Go ahead and grab one of these. Go 2 cannons down. Everything looking good. Cancel that. One guy here, one guy there. Put 2 dudes from the main. 2 dudes from the natural. As we will mine out soon. 3 base. Oh, I want to keep another one of these. And then I'm going to go up to 10 gateways because we're on 3 bases. Okay. 1, 2, 4, 6. And we're going for a relatively cheap army. So, well, looks like he's going to Roach Ravager attack, so we don't really have to worry too much. We're being attacked, so we're going to build up some backup piles. So we don't have to worry too much about mutas, which is nice. Keep our army spread a little bit. I thought that was a muta, but it wasn't. Oh, yeah, I have supply blocks. I was like, where is my supply? The answer was locked. But he's coming in this way. So if there's no mutas, we can just keep making. So he's trying. Maybe we can send these guys to go and counterattack. Yeah, but if he's choosing not to go for mutas, we just happily keep expanding and improving the quality of our army. Oh, he went back home. Oh, his Zergling didn't let us expand. You know? Seeing. I'll have to chrono boost these guys. Oh yeah, and I need a warp prison. Alright, well, supply black. Make sure the zealots don't get too much splash. Okay. Nice split attack, but not quite there, so. And the problem this time around is that we just didn't have enough stuff. And from the Zerg side, this just takes practice. Figure out like when should you make workers? How many workers should you make? Like he was going really hard for the counter attack instead of playing defensive. Right, so there's strengths and weaknesses with that kind of style. Um, you know, so what to do in these situations from Berserk's perspective just takes a lot of practice and is just depends on like what you want to do. What is your play style? Because obviously going for the attack like he did is really good. I always recommend going for an aggressive play. But then when you do go for that attack, like, do you know how to he's got that, yeah. You know how to engage, do not take the fight. Gonna attack and transition. You know where to take the fight. You know how to bait the fight. And you attack on one side, then brings the other side. This is kind of technique at this point, right? That's the last part. And then micro skill. When you get past like these two base situations, it's a lot of things like micro, macro, unit choices, like how many of each unit do you make? What's the opponent making? Can you make what the opponent is weak against? Can you make what the opponent is strong against? Or like, can you make units that are strong against your opponent's army is what I mean. Can you make units that are... You make 3 Ravagers, 10 Ravagers, 20 Ravagers, like... What is your composition? What's the opponent's composition? Pretty good. At that point, the game just comes down to technique, like review of drones, how many to make, army, take the opponent, you try to natural and aim the foe. What units, how many, etc. Positions. Hopefully these encouraging words can help him. And that's probably like the worst part to be stuck in, is it's probably the one wall that I can sympathize with people not being able to break out of, or just struggling to break out of, is like, hey, like, your build order is correct, like it's pretty optimized. You can't really hit too much faster. Maybe the difference between your build order and the pro is like 10 seconds, right? I think that's fine. Because the opponents you're playing against, build orders are probably also delayed by 10 seconds or more, right? So it kind of balanced out to the same. And then it's just like, well, when your build order is perfect, when your responses are all perfect and everything like that, then it's just technique. It's like how you micro your army, where do you attack, how do you attack, Are you fast enough to deal with stuff? Are you doing multi-prongs? Are you splitting your army? Do you have the right amount of army? Are you making too many roaches, too little roaches, too many ravengers, too little ravengers? Are you getting vipers in time, you know? Are they too late? Are you using them correctly? Are you patient? Are you too patient? Yeah. That's the kind of stuff that nobody can really coach you about, because a lot of it is style, right? Like, if you get coached from an aggressive player, they're gonna say, "Oh, you're too patient." If you get coached by a passive player, they'll say you're too aggressive. So. So sorry, Cyril. I played him a bunch. I usually like to kind of go like 2-base Blinkstalker all in, and in the past when I played against Sorry Cyril, he likes to go Mass Zerglings, so it was always rough because Mass Zerglings are pretty strong against 2-base all-ins, or against 2-base Blinkstalker. So, and I'm pretty stubborn with my 2-base Blinkstalker. so even though Sorry Cyril is lower rated than me, he's taking some games off my main account just because I'm just really liking the Blinkstalker element, and he tends to be, or at least he used to tend to be, a very Zergling favored defender, right? But we'll see if he still is. We'll see if he still chooses to defend with Zerglings and Banelings and stuff, which is fine. And we're in the Master League, so hopefully, you know, if your injects are on time, you're not missing injects. You know, if you're really good at injects, then that's completely okay for you to go for the Zergling Baneling defense. That's kind of the most important thing, though. Did I get that? Okay, I got it. Is that your injects have to be on point. Now, the one thing that's always scary for me whenever I go for the fast robo on the wall like this, instead of hiding it, and it's one of the reasons why you don't see fast robo on the wall, is this could prompt the opponent to go for some ridiculously fast mutas. Now, we don't need the Twilight down right away, remember, because we don't attack till we get two immortals. This is plenty of time for us to get charged, right? And we're going for that Observer, so that'll allow us to get this at a decent time, right? So you can see how all that just kind of works out. Stand back, a little bit protected, you know. And this kind of allows, so the strength of this is it allows us to deflect or even like discourage Baneling attempts, because we can leave the stock on the wall. We're not trying too hard to hide what we're doing. I'm cutting at 12 workers at the natural because it just seems to be how the timings are working out. We're not going to chrono boost this guy again really quick because we want to conserve chrono because we don't have enough gas. Sorry, Sarah, what is he making here? 1, 2. Looks like he's going for the lair. Yeah, so he's probably might go for the Roach Ravager defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Or going, well, he's making a lot of things, so he could be going for mutas. 1, okay, get this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if he is going for the fast mutas, like we're baiting him in the fast mutas, that could work out pretty nice for us. Because that means he's going to be committing a lot of resources not to defense. Throw a couple guys, I'll throw one more guy, I think. So we're 16 and 12 here. put our little trusty dude into the wall. He sees us warping in, right? So he doesn't have quite too much. You know, he is going for that Zergling defense. Yeah, make sure we don't get surrounded too hard. Go for Archons. Now moving across the map a little slow because he has a lot of Zerglings. Okay, looks like he might try to wrap around us. At least he's not disappointing with my prediction of how he's going to defend. Let's make one dude here. He's got the Banes. Our wraparound isn't working too well. This is why we go for the sentries. We'll wait for this Archon. Alright. We see the Banelings over here, so we just throw a force field to, you know, come out. Move these guys over. Take out the queens. Good game. And force fields are really important in the beginning of the attack to not allow the opponent to just kind of jump on top of you like that. Because if he did jump on top of us and get great surface area with those Banelings and stuff, because the Banelings prevent, like, against Zerglings you want to clump into a ball. Against Banelings you don't want to clump into the ball. So when they have Zerglings and Banelings, then you're kind of like, well, if I spread out against it, I'm kind of screwed. If I clump up, I'm screwed. It is kind of the perfect attack, or perfect defense. Which is why force fields are really important. You have a couple, like, you can identify where the Banelings are. Like, I put that one force field that blocked the Banelings, so like had enough energy for one. Banelings had to go around the queens because the queens kind of acted like a second force field. If I had a second force field, I would have force field on one side of the queens, force field on the other side of the queens, so then it would have been like queens and force fields blocking the Banelings because they were toward the rear. One advantage to the Lings being faster for us. When his first attack came in, we threw a couple force fields down. We allowed some Zerglings to get in and get and destroyed, and we kind of like locked the Banelings out. Those force fields kind of allowed us to engage partial parts of his army. Only Lings. Berserker. So, yeah. And that's really like any kind of like two base, like a lot of two base outlines. Not any. There are some very low gas, but if you make a couple sentries, the purpose of those sentries early on, or the purpose of those sentries in the two base all in, is to hopefully, you know, give you at least one engagement, one army attack where you're favored, or to prevent your opponent from just like squashing you, straight up squashing you, right? And the idea, you know, is that you get the advantage because Oh shit, this is a Protoss. I was bamboozled. I thought he was a Zergling player. We'll just chase him, you know? Do-do-do. Right, I'm just go like this. And like this. He's going for a fast expansion, that's fine. Okay. I'm not sweating too hard about it. But he went for fast expansion, you know, so we keep making probes, we drop our expansion. Life is good. And go for 1 sentry, 1 stalker. We did skip our first inch to drop this so that we're not too far behind. But I don't think we're that far behind at all, actually. So, because you know, we got this. Now, the only thing we don't want is a couple of adepts get into our base and ruin our day. We'll just put this one here. If adepts do come in, they have to run around. We also have to run around. Go ahead and grab this. And we'll grab that shield battery. And this last. Want to take this. Now the shield battery is finished, we can somewhat safely do this scout. We're also checking to see if we see any adepts. Go for the observer first. Like I said, we acknowledge there is a risk to going observer first and that the opponent could be aggressive against us. What do we see? Looks like all the same stuff. I don't know why he chrono boosted his gateways, but okay. So that. We see it over here. Alright, so he's now more in the dark about our two-base selling. One, two, three, four. So you can kind of see like the downside to this is really messes with your movements, but you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and you can see like I've really spread these out, so it is going to be difficult for the opponent to get a good good sense of how many gateways we have. Just kind of instinctually a good sense. Make one more. Okay. Now, since this is PvP, standard PvP has Protosses expanding to a really fast third base. So that means there's a really good opportunity for us to just get him caught with his pants down. Or to catch him with his pants down, rather. There's our he expand over here. It's a really popular spot for people to expand. We'll send the observer in just to take a little peek of what we got, what we're working with. No expansion here. We want to make 1 Archon, It's a good ramp guarding over here. To make it harder for our zealots to get in. We see expansion over here. Go ahead and warp some of these guys in. We'll go fight him at his expansion. Because I accept the challenge. I ain't afraid. I ain't afraid of you. I think I have more stuff. Now we're gonna use these we get good force fields, so. Right? I'm probably going to take that down. Oh, no, oh, he moved. Okay. Okay, go back. I'm gonna warp in one more. I'm doing pretty good over here. Archon got knocked down pretty quick, but having this next Archon here is going to be beneficial. You can see we pulled those workers early, so we're still pretty good on our side. Oh, one more Archon. I'm in no huge rush, simply because we should have a lot of production. So we'll just pull back. We did the overcharge, so this time we won't fight into it. Like, we can't really shoot it down too much. But these Archons, as long as they don't die, should do baller damage. Yep. They should be what gives us the edge. And we can take out that pylon. Rolling wings, so zealots or zerlings. Yeah. It's not a bad defense from him, mainly because like zealots are so cheap. So if you go heavy minerals, you can still kind of equalize the production. It's just these Archons are just massive. Alright, maybe we'll take our own expansion here. Just gonna do this here. Alright, go for this guy. Some gas, start making some of these. Make ourselves some more surface area. Alright, well, we can go back. Why not? Not to be too greedy. One here. Put a couple of our own shield batteries and warp in 1 sentry, not 2 sentries. I forgot I had one. But we want to scout any proxies. And we want to get additional Like I saw that observer, so I'm gonna get additional. I don't want to get caught by DPs. Is what I'm saying. We'll put one guy here. I see this down here. Maybe I can make one more immortal, which is nice. That'll help us kind of bust down buildings a little bit. Grab this guy here. Go for the DP. Anytime like you're going for a 2 base all in, then you're kind of transitioning out, you kind of have to get 2 bases. Or not have to, but it is important to go up to like 2 bases. Grab this upgrade. Go take a look at his army upgrades. Make sure our bases are secured. Don't really see anything. What we got? Looks like he does have cannons. +2 attack, which is really nice. Alright. Gotta get a second upgrade here. I'll go for the last side. You can see why you kind of have to get this other base up pretty quick. Make some extra DPs, put one here, just to kind of see what's going on. I think only one more set of things, and we could slowly start working our way up towards the air. We'll try Colossi first. We see he's on 4 bases, we're on 4 bases, right? These Colossi are gonna be pretty big ballers in the battle. The only thing that would be scary would be if he has he goes for like disruptors. I'm not trying to go disruptors. We can beat disruptors, but I'm not trying to go disruptors myself. What? Oh, nice. Oof. Nice surround. Attacking me from all angles. Alright, cool. Yeah, I wasn't paying attention and he split attacked me. That's pretty cool. So now we're kind of in a behindish position. I'm gonna go for some carriers. It's fine. And he hit at a pretty good time. So. We can put some DTs in here. Oh. Damn. His Archon's doing pretty good. Yeah, if we didn't get caught with our pants on that one attack, could have had it. Oh, good game. Surrender cards. Well done by him. He's over here daydreaming, and then he was able to do a nice round. Coming from two sides. Oh, I should not have lost sight of that top area. That's where map vision kind of comes in. Too busy having fun playing solo. Basically, that's what I was doing. I was just playing solo. And then he was able to jump on top of my army. But yeah, so well done. I'm sleeping. But that really was his only chance to attack. And he attacked from like the best possible angle. So we can't really be too upset about that. Well done to the opponent. We just gotta not sleep on our army. Oh yeah, I need to go scout. Everything looking good over here, so we can go and do this up. Let's get into a little bit more of a relaxed position. We got this guy here. See, it's a one gas opener, which is nice. No engineer bay blocks, which don't seem to be very common. Even if we did get engineer bay blocks, it's not that big a deal. And we didn't really see the SCV leave, so is he back here making a bunker? Okay. Is he in our base making a factory? No? Oh, he left somewhere. I'll bring the probes over here to protect them. Alright. And kind of let the probes get escorted a little bit. And we'll go ahead and make this safety shield battery. So the Reaper could be out looking for our probes. But we don't know. Maybe there's no Reaper.
And remember, you know, there's strengths and weaknesses to the Robo being here. And we have to acknowledge it whenever we place buildings down, no matter what race we are. We have to acknowledge that there are strengths and weaknesses to placing the buildings where we place them. You can't be too upset if it didn't work out. You can always chose to place things in a better location. Alright, well I don't see a Reaper, so we'll bring this guy to the front. We'll accept. Against Terran, they like to be somewhat aggressive, so we're going to go for the Immortal and then the Warp, or the Immortal and then the Observer. Let's go ahead and add some of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, and 8. Before I throw down any pylons, I want to get this Immortal here. Tempting to throw down pylons, but we don't really need them right now. Okay, we have plenty of supply. Make sure I have some backup pylons here and there. Make sure I have my safety pylon over here. I transfer a couple guys down to here. Make one more dude. Let's see what we're up against. The opponent. Looks like we're playing against a 3-Rax. But not a good 3-Rax because he went for a fast. Oh, it's a all in. Is it with the Widow Mine drops? No. He even tried I haven't. Okay, so I have no idea what guess we'll go for a couple more sentries. Even try to gun this thing down. You're just not interested? You're still making more stuff. Get back here. Yeah, I need to buy something like this. I'm warping some stuff over here. Make a shield battery, because he's gotta want to attack. Gotta want to hit me in the main somewhere. And we get rid of these Artosis pylons. Shield battery here. Yep, there's this. Alright, well. Leave some guys here, leave some guys there. Alright, well, let's go attack them. I think he brought everything back, so we'll F2 our army back. Make it so you can't get on top of the War Prism. That was kind of a interesting attack. It hit pretty slow. 40... 44.76, huh? For promotion. It looks so far away. I mean, that was like a huge gap. But technically, what, like 6? I guess it's 6 wins. I guess, yeah, it is, you know, pretty big. 6 wins at 20 points a win, so a little bit more than 6 wins. So maybe this will be like the last game of the night. Then we'll get Masters 2 tomorrow. Then it'll be, I guess, a couple days to get Masters 1. If I had to estimate how much I'm holding back, well, I don't really know what my peak skill right now is. I could be a 4 or 7 player. I could definitely probably don't feel like I'm a 5K player right now. So I could probably play at least maybe 20-25% better than I am now. I think so. So I'm not holding back too much. But leave that up to you guys to decide how much 20-25% is. And most of what I'm holding back right now is just micro. And a little bit of like speed, multitasking speed. It's probably more micro. Alright, what are we seeing here? From our good old Terran buddy. Bam. You see 1 gas. Potentially proxy barracks. 2 gases. Okay. So we'll go ahead and grab this. Because I want stalkers. And we'll go ahead and put this island up here. Instead of at the natural. And against Marauders, it's always going to be a shield battery. We may even like cut a probe for it. Now, the main thing that we would like to know is just how many barracks we're looking at here. This map can be hard. Scout. It is Reapers. Okay. Alright, so we'll put a shield battery here then. Alright, so we're less concerned about Reapers. Especially a massive amount of them. I'm gonna focus fire down the Reapers. Oh damn. Oh man. Get in here. Get in there. Get into the gas. And we'll go here. Shield batteries are pretty good against Reapers. Oh shit, if I can just, you know. Oh, did we get that cancel or no?
We have the. Oh, I never got. That's gonna be rough. There's a little bit of lag here. Okay. You don't have to be too broken up about Mass Reapers because it does slow down his tech. We have a decent amount of gas. And we'll leave 2 on gas to keep a higher. Oh. I think we have enough gas, so we'll just put everybody in the minerals. We did get quite a bit of damage, but so the main question is, how good is he at his macro while doing the Reaper strategy? Yeah. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It is. He definitely has scouted. Wow. He was trying really hard to micro. He did take out. Oh, what the hell? Is there a wheel mine here? No. Alright, we'll put like one guy in the gas here, one guy in the gas there. Try to get our income up a little bit higher. And we sneak a drop here. All right. We beat the Mass Reaper cheese guy. I'll play one more. That was a fun one. Easy race. Hmm. Void Terror. I played this deck many a times. Alright, last one. I don't know. I think Mass Reaper is probably one of those like builds that are considered like a noob smash build. I feel like defending Mass Reaper like that is a lot harder than it is to do it. Or just a lot, I mean, I feel like it's just a lot harder for people to do. I tried my hardest to casually defend it. There was some lag, so I wonder. That guy's from like Australia. Like, if you're doing like builds like that and you're from like Australia, that's particularly pretty bad manners. Because you're doing like a strategy knowing that the opponent, you're doing like a cheesy strategy that requires a high amount of micro from the opponent to deal with. Uh-oh. And oh dang. He's coming. How loud he's coming. Yeah, we'll slowly keep making some more probes. Oh, no, not this one yet. Not yet. We'll make probes after this one's finished. I'm gonna try and tear down. This is a lot more of a commitment. And this is a lot of dudes. Alright, we can cancel this and go for this. Get that going. This here. This guy here. So the proper response here is to kind of do this here. I don't have. Oh man, it's a bit late on this. We can always block. We want to pressure a third base. That's kind of the main thing that's going on. So we want to pressure any kind of third base that this guy might have going on. Keep up our build. Get his low chrono boost. Is there a third base coming? No? Take a little peek. And we can go back home. We just don't want him to take a very fast, easy third base. That's all. Because he did cheese us. Right. He also gave us this really nice. Probably go this guy here. He saw everything he needs to see, but got me an extra pylon just because we made a lot of army to defend. He's almost certainly not going to waste time sending in a second overlord. It'd be a complete waste. What is he going to be looking for? Like PT shrine or something? I would not expect. And we have enough workers, so we want to make sure we get the rest of our gateways up. 1, 2, 2, 4, 6. Make sure we get these sentries out with a good amount of time so we can build up some energy. I'm skipping the observer because I do want to. I'm going to commit to this all in no matter what, because I think we had a pretty good hold against him. Make one more probe. And I'm not particularly sold on cancel him being able to defend. A little bit late on these pylons, so maybe he can defend them. Especially if he chooses to expand. We want to set up our stuff over here. It's going to be very hard for him to afford that expansion. So, he's probably expanded here. Otherwise, he does have pretty good creeps at it if he did not expand there. Pretty impressive. Make our 2 pylons. No expansion here. Wow. Pretty good creep spread. I got that creep spread out pretty quick. Bring this guy a little bit closer. Holy shit. Oh. Ah. Wow. Well done. Is there like no expansion? We got jumped on a little bit too quick by him. I wasn't able to pick up my, he's got the expansion here. You see, he does have the right amount of drones. Okay. Take a couple gases. He just made a whole poop ton of drones. Doesn't matter. I don't think we can hold it. Unfortunately, I was able to kill that, kill that Archon. We're pretty much free. Yeah. Did make a lot of... Oh no, run away. No, army. Need my army. Oof. Alright, good game. I'll play one more. And we got, yeah, if I could have picked up the, if I could have picked up the 2 Immortals, I think we would have had a pretty good time. And then if we didn't lose that, Archon to the Biles, we would have had a pretty good time. That was a pretty close one. Just a little bit of finesse I needed. He made that defense look easy. But that's the probably the most frustrating thing for a lot of people in StarCraft is that the attack and defense, like units die so fast that everything looks like it's either easy or one-sided, when a lot of times things are like a lot more close than they appear, or not as easy as it appears, right? Because the game is just so fast, right? You can sneeze and your army is gone. So like for that one, like if I was able to, like I was struggling to pick up that second immortal, just kind of misclicking a bunch. But if I was able to pick up that second immortal, we have a lot more firepower. His army was dwindling, and that's pretty much it. It's like if you can keep the immortals alive, it's really hard for the Zerg because you'll eventually outlast them. And then with that next engagement, if I could have pushed out with the Archon and the Immortal, and the second Immortal coming, yeah, then obviously, you know, he didn't have that much stuff. It was just, with Protoss, you know, Protoss's strength is its weakness. Its strength is that we have some units that it just incredibly powerful, like the Immortal, just incredibly powerful, and they can just destroy so many units. But at the same time, if the Immortal dies, you know, if your Immortal or your Colossus, you know, die, then you know it's really hard for you to continue the attack. It makes it look like you very easily that you're overwhelmed, you know. So if the Immortals survive, you're the one that's just like mowing them down. If you know, if your Immortals get taken out, then it looks like they're the ones mowing you down, right? So at the end of the day, that's kind of same thing with the classes. You know, if you're doing a classes push, it's the utmost importance to keep the classes alive. But it also, you know, makes it a lot more simple for the opponent to do stuff, because you know the opponent is trying to kill the classes. Opponents are trying to jump on the Immortals, right? So if you make it easy for the opponent to kill the Immortals, right, then it's gonna look easy when they defend it. It's like, oh, I just jumped on the Immortals and they died. You know, so in the game, it was kind of my fault that I either allowed him to jump on the Immortals, or it was kind of my fault that I was not able to pick up the Immortal into the War Prison. Okay. So that's all. The next time, you know, just have to make sure be a little bit more careful or misclick a little bit less. But one thing that kind of made me a little slappier that game was thinking that because of the way he opened, he made like so many Zerglings, and I defended it, you know, pretty easily. That I didn't think he'd be able to make as much of an army as he was able to. So I was a little bit careless myself. So that's on me. But then, yeah, that's why you practice, you know, why you accept your losses, and next time you're like, okay, well, Zerg somehow has the ability to just, you know, open up with a horribly poor macro build. They could still manage to squeeze out quite a bit of units. So you still need to maybe tread a little carefully next time. Might just be a little, you know, maintain your diligence. Don't get too confident, and you'll be fine. And sometimes you just kind of, you know, you need to accept, you need to have a couple losses like that to remind you or be a little bit more confident. Apportion your confidence. Right. So what do we got going on? We got some Hellions. A lot of Hellions. That's weird. It's gonna be Hellion 1 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Or is he going like? Is he got blue flame or something coming on? Uh-oh, we got these banshees over here. So I'm thinking, perhaps this guy's trying to hard counter me. I'm making a lot of banshees. So I guess I'm gonna make. Looks like I'm gonna make phoenixes. Right. And we're gonna need. He's probably gonna get 100% is gonna get the speed and cloak. So. Alright, he died. So just like this. We'll go like this. And this is why we like do that scout. So that way, you know, we don't have to necessarily go into a bad situation. We have to make a second observer. These guys here, these guys here. We don't let him hard counter us. We're the ones hard countering him. The reason I get the forge is because we might want some cannons to help defend against the banshees. There's some vision. He's making a interesting army. Sorry, observer. I send this over here. The banshees don't shoot up, so eventually we'll be able to send maybe these phoenixes to go kill some probes. Or not probes, but you know, whatever they're called. Workers. He doesn't have anybody here. Right, go play that. And maybe I'll go into barriers. Now I haven't made a lot of army. We don't have anything here. Right. So just keep this here to keep a little vision of this. Something like this. We do want to be careful because we're not making a whole lot of army right now. So he could like come over and kill us. So, yeah, we are being a little greedy. And he's still on 2 bases. A couple carries. Around 3 bases, but I don't want to go on too much more than 3. You can kill a worker here. Don't let him expand too easily. Because there is some free, you know, we could be going for battle cruisers, so we're only going to be making 2 of these guys, and then we go into Tempest. What? Yeah, okay, that's fine. Everything looking pretty good. We can always add more cannons and shield batteries because we have the advantage. I'll put my main army on 1, these guys on 2. We will go put some, you know, whatever it's called. Definitely have the macro advantage, so we just want to be very careful. Going for that Sky Toss army. Alright, we lost that dude. Just want to see what his expansions are like, right? Make sure we make the strongest possible army. Make sure we can't be messed with too much. You know, one thing that's allowing me to be greedy is just feeling pretty comfortable with the him just not being greedy, or him not being aggressive rather. Well, I don't really need these stalkers, so we're not going for stalkers, so we'll just send them to some oops. Oh man, I can't even click these combos quickly. Maybe go for more upgrades. Get all the bells and whistles. Get 2 Colossi in case he makes like mass marines or something. It's always nice to have a couple Colossi in the army. Yeah. Usually what's nice in these situations, like how you win, is going to be just making sure you control their bases. Get the bonus damage to whatever. 1, 2, we'll get a couple Archons, not too many. But we'll get a handful. 2, 3, pop, pop. Use control bases. If he wants to be on 3 bases, he can max out on 3 bases. That's fine. We don't care. I'm just gonna keep taking more of my bases, and then whenever he tries to expand, that's our cue to like go and punch him. Okay. Maybe make 2 more of these. Start going for. Make sure we have all our upgrades. More upgrades. Make sure our bases are pretty secure. Not easily harassed. Take whatever free units we can. Because we're going to win through just having a better bank than him. Right? Like, he comes into our house. You know. Trying to mess with our stuff. That's a no bueno, right? It's no thank you. Always make sure you have backup pylons too. Keep expanding. He wants to expand? The answer is no. No, you cannot. Just try to make whatever the best army you can make is. Now, one of the things that I notice a lot of people have trouble with is making it late game. You make a lot more gateways. It's all about this remax, remax, remax. It's your remax potential. You can even start transferring some of these guys, so that way we can mine out more and mine out less in our main, right? We can get all the upgrades. And cancel these guys. He's doing a good job. Well done. Ready to go. Oh, we take this expansion again. Okay. Once we get 3, 3, 3, get all the stuff, we can go and attack him. This, fortunately, we're a little boring and playing this kind of late game, but the one mistake you don't want to make is attacking too early. Right, you don't want to attack too early. So you want to make sure you have the ability to remax pretty quickly. And I have the money and the infrastructure to remax very quickly. Make sure all your stuff is hotkeyed. Make sure you're in the remax area. Right? Maybe we can warp in some zealots. Not really. This guy's able to like sneak up on me. Like he's trading out too. I'm hoping I can win this without Storm. Trying to avoid using Storm. So if I have to use Storm, maybe we'll see if we can avoid it. So now he's expanded. We don't like that. We don't like his expansion. So really, I should have a War Prism with me. Forgot to make one of those, but it's whatever. All right, I'm gonna come through and we're gonna crush this expansion. I'm back. That's a lot of Thors. Okay, so we see what army he's making. Alright, so if it's gonna be Thors, we want, I guess, maybe more Immortals? Usually against Thors I like making Disruptors, so... Well, feel free to make Disruptors if you're more comfortable with that. Alright, damn. But we'll see if we can take them out with without going for Disruptors. The reason is because Thors are very slow. They don't run very quickly. So Disruptors can get a pretty nice attack on it. Now they do Air Splash, right? So we can't really A move into them. I see him coming this way. So we will have to like spread a little bit. Spread our air out. Alright, back up. We did a good trade. Poke in, poke out. Yeah, poke in, poke out. You don't want to lose your entire army. Just want to make it really expensive for him. I want to keep expanding. Don't forget to expand. And we'll transfer our probes. You know, we're in no rush. Just don't want him to keep taking paces. Oh, I don't think we can escape, so. Those Banshees are doing pretty good. Without the, without the observers around, so we just made a bunch more observers. Some more of these guys. Just check my bases, make sure everybody looking good. Make sure there's no expansion down here we have to worry about. Still don't have Blink. No. Nope, no expansion over here. That's good. Okay, we'll get one Oracle for Revelation. Oh yeah, I didn't even get max upgrades yet. And we still don't have the Warp Prism that we really ought to have. Gotta be careful. We want these part of the army. Go ahead and grab another expansion. These guys and all these guys will come down here. Start breaking this down. These guys can start buying this. Make sure there's no expansions up here. Eventually he's going to run out of money before we do, so. As long as we can prevent his expansions. Take out this. Then we want to make more army. We're doing pretty good. Alright, we want to make the prism. Make more Tempest. I have to. Eventually, I might have to just give up and make the disruptors, but hopefully I don't have to give up and make disruptors. Hopefully we can beat Terran Mech without disruptors. It's gas. Add this here. Rest of my base is looking alright. These guys are mining out. I'm gonna have to do the 300 food push or whatever it's called. Alright, we're gonna attack and then we just warp in a bajillion things. Because we haven't really been using our gateways. So, I guess I'm using it. We need to make one of these oracles. Alright, yeah, here we come. Oof. That's a hard position to attack into. And we'll bring these guys up to the side here, warp in zealots, and we'll just be able to siege down this guy. Go quick. Use some advanced tactics. Otherwise, maybe we will lose by just, you know, sending dudes into the blender over and over and over again. A little harder to win. This is taking a lot longer than I was expecting. He's been doing a good job pulling out pretty well. Okay. Let's get the Liberators up. Use the fact that the doors are not the most mobile. Just attack them on other places. Siege him. I was hoping I could just headbutt him to death, but it's looking like it's not quite gonna work. It was unfortunate. I was hoping I could headbutt him. These are some advanced tactics. Ancestors, if the Thors can't be moved. Thors don't move very fast, so just attack. He's gonna have to make a bunch of Vikings. Oof, man. Spores do so much damage. The air units. Hmm. Yeah. So you have the Liberators. Still got everybody else over here. Damn. Alright, well. Guess we're gonna have to start like warping in to his main base and stuff. Just his army can't be killed. We just won't kill the army. Won't kill the base. One, two, three. Maybe some of these. Get a couple of these guys. Their upgrades are finally maxed. Start keep mining his minerals. This stuff. Let's see if we can go on the. We'll take our army. Up. Start attacking from multiple sides. So it's a lot harder to break than I thought they would be. Yeah, this base, he doesn't yet. Let's see if we can take out this this CC over here. Come on. And let's go and send these guys up here. Taking out his supply depots so he can't build more stuff. The supply blocks. Doesn't quite matter how much money you have if you can't spend it. Take out his infrastructure. Supply depots. Supply depots. Take out his main base. Steal the minerals. This I didn't want my last game to be this much of a pain in the ass, but that's what it is. And if I lose to him, I lose a bunch of MMR. Got all these add-ons. Just take his full base. It's all because Thor anti-air is just so good. See if we can snipe down some of these liberators. Back over here. Warp in some dudes over here. Pick up stuff all over the place. And we'll send these guys to go and take out. The important thing whenever fighting like mech is you don't want to lose your. I try not to lose your whole army, so you can survive any kind of like counterattack. You just kind of come in. Like I have a bigger bank. I also have a better. Like I can remax. We took out a lot of supply depots, so the guy is not able to build 100 supply or max supply worth of stuff. Because he can't like max supply, or he had to rebuild all those supply depots, you know. That costs him money that he'd rather not spend. Like I'm not rebuilding my my pylons, you know. Eventually we can wear him down. Eventually can wear him down. Disruptors would make all that a lot easier. But you don't have to use disruptors. I think that game was probably pretty instructive on like how to like attack multiple sides, some of the weaknesses of Thor's. Like we kept trying to headbutt into his new base, but it was just that Thor DPS was just too strong. And as soon as we just peeled off a couple Tempests, we're pretty much able to kill his entire main base. So, alright, good games. Play a little bit longer than I wanted to. May or may not play tomorrow. Might just sleep early. But you guys have a great night. We'll get Masters 2 next time for sure, 100%. And then work our way up to Masters 1. If we keep matching the people we do, I don't know what I can hold back anymore. Might just have to go in full skill mode just to get to Masters 1. Alright,